Luzon, Visayas, at Mindanao. Let's cool it! Mga kalabaw! Handa na ba kayo? Metro Manila's greatest hits is back. Ang lahat ng drama, ang lahat ng tawanan, musika at anong paman. Magkakasama pa rin tayo mga kalamaw. Sa lungkot at ligaya, kami pa rin ang iyong paboritong tambayan. Broadcasting live from TVH Group of Networks. Ang iyong hipilan, ang iyong tahanan. Number 1 sa Mega Manila. You are listening to Cool FM. Live from Cool Studios. This is Cool News at Noon.
Good afternoon, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. It is now 12:02 p.m. and this is Cool News at Noon. You're listening right here on Cool FM nationwide and also on News 1, where we shared some latest stories that care for you. Let's begin with our top headlines. As Vice President Sara Duterte went to the House of Representatives on Thursday night to visit our Chief of Staff, Undersecretary Lulica Lopez, and spent the night in her brother's office. Secretary General Reginald Velasco disclosed this information during a phone interview with reporters covering the House on Friday morning, adding that Duterte stayed with Lopez until the end of his visiting hours at 10 p.m. Lopez was already detained at the House after being cited for contempt by the House Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability, which has been investigating how the Office of the Vice President utilized public funds under Duterte's watch amid allegations of abuse. Eventually, the Vice President spent the night in the office of Davao City First District Representative Apollo Duterte, according to Velasco. It went on. The VP arrived around 7:40 p.m. at the premises, and we allowed her to visit Attorney Lopez Don's Visitor Center, where they both stayed there until around 10 p.m. After 10 p.m., where they were informed that the visiting hours were over, the VP decided to go to the office of the Congressman from Davao, Congressman Pulong Duterte, Velasco said. And from then on, she stayed there sa office ni Congressman Duterte. Until now, she's there, he added. Anyway, our security are in contact with the security personnel of the Vice President to know her plans. Last Wednesday, the House Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability cited Lopez for contempt as lawmakers found her committing undue interference in the finals hearing. Lopez was ordered detained at the House premises for 5 days or until the next hearing on Monday, November 25. It was ACT Teachers Party-list Representative Franz Castro who moved to hold Lopez in contempt due to the OVP official's letter to the Commission on Audit, where she asked the agency to refrain from giving the House its audit observations on the confidential funds expenses of the OVP. Castro believes that Lopez and the OVP were ordering COA, which would have prevented the House from scrutinizing the OVP's transactions using public money. The motion for a contempt citation against Lopez was duly seconded and approved by the panel chairperson, Manila District Representative George Chua. Before Castro issued the motion, lawmakers were already frustrated with Lopez as she insisted that there were matters in the OVP that she was not privy to despite being Vice President Sara Duterte's Chief of Staff. Lopez appealed for the reconsideration of the contempt order against her, apologizing to Castro and noting that the letter to COA was just a request. Castro then said there were other issues to consider, like Lopez being evasive in her answers to lawmakers' questions. Before Lopez was cited for contempt, Deputy Speaker David Surares asked Lopez why she did not insist on knowing about the OVP's secret fund transactions when it was she who wrote the response to different letters and summons regarding the issue, including the OVP's reply to COA's audit observation memorandum. Anti-Polo Second District Representative Romeo Alcop expressed the same observations that Lopez's letters to COA show that she knows the ins and outs of OVP CF transactions. Alcop also says he believes Lopez is lying because it appeared she was knowledgeable of the OVP's transactions involving confidential funds. A fire that broke out in the residential area in Quezon City on Thursday left two people dead and one person injured, according to the Bureau of Fire Protection National Capital Region. The, F- the BFP NCR said in a report Friday that the blaze killed a 68-year-old male and a 17-year-old female, whose names were not revealed, and hurt Bonifacio de Guzman, 72, who sustained second-degree burns on his right shoulder. Authorities said the blaze reached the first alarm at 4:58 p.m. on Thursday, November 21, and the second alarm at 5:11 p.m. The blaze was declared under control at 6:33 p.m. and finally extinguished at 6:38 p.m. The PFP NCR said the fire damaged around 7 houses, affecting 15 families. It also said that losses due to the blaze totaled 17,500 pesos. Fire investigators are yet to determine the cause of the blaze, which started at the house of a certain Alinda Macapagal. Police seized Shabu, crystal meth worth 616,000 pesos, and two illegal firearms from four alleged traffickers in seven operations on Thursday in Laguna Province. The Region 4A police said in a report on Friday that operators in Lubang Town arrested Joven, Rugilo, and Mario at 7 p.m. in the bypass operation in Paragasan, Gunada, Para. Confiscated from the suspects were 80 grams of shabu worth about 544,000 pesos as per the validation of the dangerous drugs board and undocumented caliber .38 revolver loaded with 3 bullets. Police tagged Joven as an HVI or high value individual in the local drug trade. HVI refers to financiers, traffickers, manufacturers, and importers of illegal drugs or leaders, members of the drug groups. Trujillo and Maria are identified as street level drug pushers on the police watch list. In Victoria Town, members of the local drug enforcement unit arrested John in a sting operation in Barangay San Roque around 11:30 p.m. The suspect, also an HVI, was caught with 72,000 pesos worth of shabu and illegal caliber .38 revolver with 5 bullets. The cops also found him carrying a digital weighing scale for his illegal drug trade. Police are now tracking the source of the illegal drugs being distributed by the suspects. All the persons arrested are detained and facing criminal charges. Former Senator Pamphilo Ping Lacson expressed his hopes that drug convict Mary Jane Filoso will be granted a presidential pardon or at least her early release from confinement based on good conduct time allowance. Filoso, who is expected to return to the Philippines after 40 years in jail in Indonesia, was arrested in 2010 at Adisusito International Airport in Yogyakarta after she was found in a possession of more than 2.6 kilograms of heroin. However, she maintained she was unaware of the contents of her luggage as it was only given to her by her recruiters, identified as Julius Lacanilaw and Maria Cristina Serga. Veloso was eventually given a death sentence, but on Thursday, November 21, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., following his confirmation that Veloso would be sent back to the Philippines, it was revealed that her death sentence was commuted to life imprisonment during the term of Indonesian President Joko Widodo. We are not privy to the terms of the agreement, but we can only hope it includes the discretion to grant Mary Jane presidential pardon, or at least her early release from confinement based on good conduct time allowance as provided under Republic Act No. 0592, Locson said in a statement. He also highlighted the efforts of two Philippine presidents who helped spare Veloso from execution. The saga of Mary Jane Veloso may not have ended yet, but worth mentioning are the efforts of two Philippine presidents to save her from being executed in the foreign land. Former President Noynoy Aquino succeeded in temporarily stopping her execution. President Bongbong Marcos not only convicted Indonesia to have her death sentence commuted to life imprisonment, but he is bringing her back home to serve her sentence here, Lacson said. It is now 12:10 p.m. as we will return with more news headlines that you need to know right here on koolNews at Noon. So stay along with us. We will be right back.
This koolNews edition was brought to you by Your Ace Supermarket, ang budget-friendly supermarket ng Pilipinas. Now in 6,900 locations around the Philippines and Southeast Asia. Katips Hot Dog. Amoy na amoy ang sarap. Kids can tell. Rexona, ang deo lotion ng bayan. Say no to asthma emergencies. Surf Bar and Fabric Conditioner. Pride Powder Detergent. All you need is Pride. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified world-class quality.
ACS.
And TVH, the home of entertainment. Tutok na sa TVH. Available in high definition via Delsat TV. Bisitahin ang youtube.com/@TVH Network PH para sa inyong paboritong mga highlights at live shows.
Passes the ball, and wow! That's a slam dunk!
Ma, paglaki ko, gusto kong maging basketball player.
Game! Oh, star rice at gulay kapanak. May star margarine yan.
Ubus ko na. Meron pa po ba, Ma?
Parang basketball player ka na kumain na.
Slam dunk sa sarap eh.
Dagdag sustansya rap with Star Margarine. Tulad ng vitamins A, B, E, and iodine. Star Margarine. Mas abot ang pangarap. Sabayan ng tamang diet and exercise.
Iwasan ang mahabang pila. Ang pandaraya sa buwis, bayan ang maghihinagpis. Tamang buwis ay bayaran sa ikaunlad ng bayan. Lahat tayo ay magtulong-tulong. Paghingi ng resibo ay isulong. Iwasan makandado. Magbayad ng wasto. Sa BIR magparehistro bago magnegosyo para hindi makalaboso. Magbayad ng maaga.
Isang public service announcement mula po sa 101.3 Radyo natin Ujongan at BIR RDO number 35 Romblon.
Oh, we crave fudgy. Hey, fudgy bar ang gusto ko. Oh, we love fudgy. Hey, fudgy bar love.
Donnie Pangilinan here.
With Anthony.
Dad, what's your love language?
Connecting eye to eye.
Eh pag lumabo mata.
EO! EO Executive Optical. Expert eye care. State-of-the-art facilities.
Eye to eye. You mean titig kilig?
Yun! EO Executive Optical.
Love your eyes, guys.
Land Bank is transforming to serve the nation better. Sa digital innovations, mas napabubuti ang inyong pagbabangko saan man kayo 24/7. We bring financial services and solutions to the unbanked and underserved. Naniniwala ang Land Bank na ang bawat Pilipino ay maaaring mamuhay ng matiwasay at magtagumpay. Together we build a brighter future, from countryside to countrywide. Your future, powered by Land Bank. Land Bank is regulated by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas and a member of PDIC and BancNet.
Protection
Yakult!
with 8 billion live LCS
Yakult!
that may reach the intestines alive.
Yakult!
Helps improve digestion and boost immunity.
Yakult!
With proper diet and exercise,
Yakult!
kaya panalo ka dyan.
Mayong adlaw sa atong tanan, among gipaila-ila kaninyo ang Magnum C Herbal Capsule. Tungod sa mga sangkap diini, ang Magnum C Herbal Capsule maayo sa mga taong daling hangakon, kulang sa resistensya o daling magkasakit, maayo sa kini sa mga nabughat o bina na pasmo sa kusog, lipong-lipong tungod sa anemia ug daghan pang mga balatian. Magnum C Herbal Capsule ay available na sa tanang butika, pharmacy sa inyong mga lugar. Magnum C Herbal Capsule, the most trusted by seniors.
Mga kasangga sa kalusugan, narito ang dagdag kaalaman para manatiling malusog ang ating pangatawan. Hatid sa atin ang Mark Cafe 5-in-1 plus 1 Coffee Mix. Para sa inyong kaalaman, ang Agaricus Blazei Moril Mushroom ay nagtataglay ng polysaccharide compound na nakatutulong palakasin ang ating immune system. Nakatutulong din upang maiwasan ang pagkakaroon ng anumang uri ng tumor. Kapag malakas ang ating immune system, ligtas tayo sa anumang uri ng karamdaman. Kaya naman isa ang Agaricus Blazei Moril Mushroom sa tatlong mahalagang natural na sangkap ng Mark Cafe 5-in-1 plus 1 Coffee Mix. Dahil gusto namin na sa bawat paghigop mo ng napakasarap na Mark Cafe 5-in-1 plus 1 Coffee Mix, kasangga nyo kami sa kalusugan. Mark Cafe 5-in-1 plus 1 Coffee Mix. Ang sarap ng natural.
Ohio! Don't you love it when good mornings start like this? Then like this. And then, wait for it. A morning cup of soup? Yes, soup. Try new Ajinomoto Soup and Go and make it your new morning habit. Comes in creamy corn, creamy potato, or creamy pumpkin. Great with bread too. Ohio Soup and Go.
Ajinomoto.
Coco Martin po, certified Argentina corned beef lover. Kasi naman, ang hibla, malaman. Made with 100% real beef pa. At masarap talaga. Hinahanap-hanap kita. Sarap ng Argentina. Sa presyong abot kaya, promise. Busog ang araw-araw ko. As part of 3 complete meals.
Hirap magpahinga? May mga gamot para dyan. Pero, relax. Mag-efficacent oil. Sa unang amoy at hagod, ramdam ang ginhawa na trusted by all. Unahin ang trusted ginhawa. Unahin ang efficacent.
Methyl salicylate plus menthol plus camphor is a generic name of efficacent oil. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Barbie Forteza po. And I believe ang taong sa pera ay wais, ang skin pwede pa rin kuminis. And I thank you. Suka Papaya Lotion. Dahil 750 pesos SRP lang, giving na ang papaya enzymes niya. Affordable skincare, di ba? Kaya kung bet mo ay kutis na lit, sa Silka Papaya Lotion kumapit. With regular use, slay it with the skin of giving. Stay lit with Silka. With regular use for only 750 pesos SRP.
Looking for home appliances that will satisfy your novel experience? Hisense Philippines Incorporated, maker of Hisense, a global brand leader in household appliances dedicated to enhancing consumers' everyday lives in partnership with Magic Appliance. Present Hisense Station 2024. Hisense Station 2024. It's an exclusive Magic Appliance sensation. Price down offers and big saving deals that surely you wouldn't miss. Hisense Station 2024 proudly introduces Hisense home appliances to every kasamak home, such as refrigerators, air conditioners, and washing machines. Now available at Magic Appliance stores at very affordable prices. Get your Hisense home appliances now at Magic Appliance Hisense Station 2024 from October 15 to November 30, 2024 only. Hisense Station 2024 is exclusively brought to you by Hisense Philippines Incorporated and Magic Appliance. Magaandang buhay! Hisense Station 2024 per DTI Fair Trade Permit Number R1-141 and R1-142 Series of 2024.
You're listening to Cool FM.
#1 sa Mega Manila.
Nationwide pa!
Welcome back to koolNews at noon. Let's get onto the international headlines. President-elect Donald Trump on Thursday named Pam Bondi, former Attorney General of Florida, to be U.S. Attorney General just hours after his other choice, Matt Gaetz, withdrew his name from consideration. Bondi is a longtime Trump ally and was one of his lawyers during his first impeachment trial when he was accused but not convicted of abusing his power as he tried to condition U.S. military assistance to Ukraine on that country investigating then former Vice President Joe Biden. Bondi was among a group of Republicans who showed up to support Trump at his hush money criminal trial in New York that ended in May with a conviction on 34 felony counts. She's been a chair at the American First Policy Institute, a think tank set up by former Trump administration staffers. For too long, the partisan Department of Justice has been weaponized against me and other Republicans. Not anymore, Trump said in a social media post. Pam will refocus the DOJ to its intended purpose of fighting crime and making America safe again. Trump's son, Donald Trump Jr., told Fox Business on Sunday, November 17, that they transitioned him at backups in mind for his controversial nominees should they fail to get confirmed. The swift selection of Bondi came about 6 hours after Gaetz withdrew. Gaetz stepped aside amid continued fallout over a federal sex trafficking investigation that cast doubt on his ability to be confirmed as the nation's chief federal law enforcement officer. That announcement capped a turbulent 8-day period in which Trump sought to capitalize on his decisive election win to force Senate Republicans to accept provocative selections like Gaetz, who had been investigated by the Justice Department before being tapped last week to lead it. The decision could heighten scrutiny on other controversial Trump nominees, including Pentagon pick Pete Hegseth, who faces sexual assault allegations that he denies. Momentum was strong, it is clear that mine confirmation was unfairly becoming a distraction to the critical Trump-Pence transition. That said, a former Republican who won the earlier met with senators in an effort to win their support said in a statement, "There is no time to waste on a needlessly protracted Washington scuffle. Thus, I will be withdrawing my name from consideration to serve as Attorney General. Trump's DOJ must be in place and ready on day one," he added. Hours later, Good said posted on social media that he looks forward to continuing to fight to save our country, adding, maybe, just maybe from a different post. Trump in a social media post said, "I greatly appreciate the recent efforts of Matt Gassett in seeking approval to be Attorney General. He was doing very well, but at the same time, did not want to be a distraction for the administration, for which he has much respect. Matt has a wonderful future, and I look forward to watching all of the great things he will do." Last week, Trump named personal lawyers Todd Bendich, Emil Rove, and D. John Suller to senior roles in the department. Another possible Attorney General contender, Matt Whitaker, was announced Wednesday as the U.S. ambassador to NATO. Bondi, too, is a longtime royalist. She has been a vocal critic of the criminal cases against Trump as well as Jack Smith, the special counsel who charged Trump in 2 federal cases. In one radio appearance, she blasted Smith and other prosecutors who have charged Trump as horrible people she said were trying to make names for themselves by going after Donald Trump and weaponizing our legal system. If confirmed by the Republican-led Senate, Bondi would instantly become one of the most closely watched members of Trump's cabinet, given the Republicans' try to pursue retribution against perceived adversaries and concern among Democrats that he will look to bend the Justice Department to his will. A recent Supreme Court opinion not only conferred broad immunity on former presidents, but also affirmed a president's exclusive authority over the Justice Department's investigative functions. Bondi would inherit a Justice Department expected to pivot sharply on civil rights, corporate enforcement, and the prosecutions of hundreds of Trump supporters charged in the January 6, 2021 riot at the U.S. Capitol, defendants whom Trump has pledged to pardon. It's unlikely that Bondi will be confirmed in time to overlap with Smith, who brought 2 federal indictments against Trump that are both expected to render before the incoming president takes office. Special counsels are expected to produce reports on the work that historically are made public, but it remains unclear when such a document might be released. In 2013, while serving as Florida Attorney General, Bondi publicly apologized for asking that the execution of a man convicted of murder be delayed because it conflicted with a campaign fundraiser. Bondi said she was wrong and sorry for requesting then Governor Rick Scott pushed back the execution of Marshall Lee Gorham by 3 weeks. Before she ran for state attorney general in 2010, Bondi worked for the Hillsborough County State Attorney. Lebanon said Thursday strikes from Israel on the country's east and south killed 52 people as raids also hit South Beirut, and Hezbollah claimed its deepest attack on Israel in over a year. More than 11 months of cross-border between Israel and Hezbollah over the Gaza conflict escalated into an all-out war in September, with Israel conducting an extensive bombing campaign, primarily targeting Hezbollah strongholds and sending ground troops into southern Lebanon. Israeli enemy strikes that targeted the Baalbek district in East Lebanon's Bekaa Valley left 40 dead and 52 wounded, a health ministry statement said, listing totals for 10 different locations. Lebanon's official national news agency said a couple and their 4 children were killed in a strike on a house in the village of Wakne, while another couple and their young daughter were among 11 people killed in a raid on nearby Nabha. The ministry also reported 7 dead and 24 wounded in Israeli enemy strikes on South Lebanon's Nabayet district, and 5 dead and 26 wounded in strikes elsewhere in South Lebanon. In Israel, first responders said a man was killed after rocket fire from Lebanon hit the Galilee region in the country's north. In Beirut's southern suburbs, the NNA reported at least 12 strikes throughout Thursday after relative while U.S. envoy Amos Hochstein visited early this week, seeking to broker an end to Israel-Hezbollah war. Israeli army spokesman Avichai Adrai on social media platform X issued several rounds of evacuation warnings for Beirut's southern suburbs, as well as areas in and around the southern coastal city of Terre, but not for eastern Lebanon. HS Press TV footage showed clumps of smoking rising from the southern suburbs, usually a densely populated residential district, but now largely empty. Adri said on X that the Israeli military targeted a weapons depot, a command headquarters, and terrorist infrastructure belonging to Hezbollah in South Beirut. Amid a series of attack claims, Hezbollah said its fighters targeted the Atzor air base near Israel's started city of Ashdod, around 150 kilometers from Lebanon's southern border, with a missile salvo, its deepest target in more than a year of hostilities. In 10 separate statements, Iranian-backed Hezbollah said its fighters also targeted Israeli troops in and near the South Lebanon town of KEM, including with artillery, rockets, and drones. The NNA said the enemy army was blowing up bombs and residential buildings during its incursion into the town. Lebanon's official news agency and Hezbollah have reported fighting and airstrikes in the KEM area ever since Israeli ground troops first entered Lebanon on September 30. Earlier Thursday, United Nations Special Coordinator for Lebanon, Join Hennes Pilas-Charek, visited Baalbek's UNESCO-listed archaeological area of the UN's cultural bodies this week, granted more than 30 heritage sites in Lebanon provincial enhanced protection amid the war. Lebanon's health ministry said Thursday that at least 3,583 people have been killed in the violence since October 2023. Most of the deaths have been since September this year. The Israeli military said Wednesday that 3 soldiers were killed inside Lebanon, bringing to 52 the number killed in Lebanon since the start of ground operations. And finally, let's get onto the showbiz. Nadia Montenegro is now in a stable condition after she came close to having a heart attack, which prompted her to undergo an emergency heart procedure. Montenegro's condition was disclosed by her daughter Gina Asisto through the latter's Facebook page on Wednesday, November 20. To everyone who prayed for my mom Nadia, thank you so much. She is now out of danger, Wainan said. Last week, she came very close to having a heart attack due to her Wolff Parkinson-White syndrome, a rare condition she has had since birth. According to Mayo Clinic, Wolff Parkinson-White syndrome is a congenital heart defect that causes a fast heartbeat. Those diagnosed with this condition have an extra pathway that signals the trouble between the heart's upper and lower chambers. Her condition worsened last week, making it necessary to perform an urgent heart procedure. Why not continue? The procedure took place this morning and was successful. However, shortly after, she experienced a severe seizure lasting 2 to 3 minutes, which triggered a cold blue in the hospital. Thankfully, she is now stable and recovering. In a separate post, Nina showed Nadia lying on the hospital bed with her grandchild beside her. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now 12:28 p.m., which is 2 minutes before 12:30 p.m. And that is it for koolNews at noon. As always, if you have any news suggestions or feedback that you'd like to share, you can get in touch with us at tvh.news@gmail.com. And also, we will return at 4 p.m. for the latest news and headlines. Until then, I am Cairo, and this is koolNews at noon. We will see you later at 4 p.m. Take care and mabuhay. Good afternoon.